Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a Q&A whilst I get ready to ride. And the Q&A is going to be about my new horse Johnny. You've seen the title. Yeah, you're probably thinking, another Johnny? Funny how fate works out like that, but I'm going to be introducing you to Johnny. I asked you guys some questions over on my Instagram, so I'm going to be answering them. But I'm quite busy today, so I thought I'd multitask whilst doing it. I've got to muck out Dan, who's here, muck out Bella, and then I'm going to take Johnny on a hack. So yeah, I thought I would answer the questions whilst doing jobs. So let's get started. So first thing I've got to do is muck out Dan, and let's start with the basics for Johnny. So he's a 7-year-old, 16-2 Dutch bred, warm blood. I've had him about a month now and just been keeping it pretty low key. Haven't been updating you guys over on here because I wanted to get to know him for a bit. He's pretty cool. Keep watching to the end for some videos. So somebody asked what made me choose a more established horse rather than a project. Good question, but to be honest it was just purely because I wanted to go out and have a bit of fun with something that kind of knew its job. I've done the whole project thing with other Johnny, who I sold, and Bella was meant to be my established horse, but obviously it kind of went a bit pear-shaped with her, so I wanted, when the chance came up for me to get another horse and an established one at that, like I jumped at it, you know. Todd completely made me realise how much I missed competing properly, and I loved having a project. I loved having old Johnny, but it wasn't quite the same, and Todd I think made me realise that. So yeah, when the chance came along, as I said, I jumped at it and ended up with Johnny. So the next question is, what's he done before you got him? And basically, as I said, he's 7 years old. He's competed up to being novice. Done a handful of events at being novice. I think it's about 4 or 5. Don't quote me on that. But he's got a big experience there. Done 100. He was with Georgie Spence before, as he sold him to me, and then he was also with another event rider before that. So he's kind of got that experience, perfect starting to life, and ready to go out and give me a lot of experience and hopefully have some success too at the 100. God, this water is really heavy. I'm out of breath. So whilst I'm mucking out Bella, I thought I'd answer the question, how different is he to ride to Bella? And the answer is quite different, honestly. Bella's quite big and round and like chunky, I would say. And Johnny, I find, although he is the same size, possibly even bigger, I find him to be quite refined and a bit lighter and more uphill than Bella. I think he has better paces overall, although Bella's lovely too. It's also hard to kind of compare because I obviously haven't ridden Bella in her best form for like over 2 years now or something ridiculous. So yeah, I think they are quite different though. They definitely have different paces. Johnny is really elevated and light, and I don't think Bella was quite that established yet because she obviously was younger too. And jumping wise, I think Bella had quite a few strange phases. Like, she was very feisty. At times, and I'm yet to see that from Johnny. I think Johnny might have slightly more balanced paces and a balanced jump. Again, probably just from experience. Bella had only gone up to 100 when I bought her, and I didn't have very long with her before she went lame. So yeah, I think they are very different though. They are both warm bloods, but Bella's a British warm blood and Johnny is a Dutch warm blood, so they are a bit different overall. And although they look similar, I will give you guys that, they do definitely look similar. Johnny's a bit more refined though, I think. Okay, so I've just finished my yard job, so I'm gonna go get Johnny in now and then get him ready to ride. So the next question is, what are my short-term goals with him for this year, basically? To be honest, it's just to go out and have fun. I feel like I say that all the time when someone asks my short-term goals, but I haven't really had that chance with my own horse to go out and have a lot of fun and just, you know, just do it without it being a learning experience for like a youngster, or, you know, I actually want to go double clear and maybe get placed at 100, and I'd love to do a novice at the end of the season, because that's been a long-term goal of mine for a long time, and obviously he's done a novice, quite a few novices, so it should be realistic as long as I can stay in the saddle and pilot him around and do a good enough job. But that would be my long-term goal for the end of the year, and I would love to win a BE, because that has always been a goal and I've just never got quite there. And yeah, I wouldn't even be saying this if it wasn't for Todd, because he showed me that I wanted to still do it. I think I convinced myself for a while that actually I was okay just being on the outside and trying to make my way up there and producing the young ones. But when I started going out BE with Todd again, I was like, you know what, I really miss this, and I got that spark again that I wanted to actually win and do well and be competitive in it. And that's just my aim for this year. I'd love to just follow that dream a bit further and maybe complete a couple of long-term goals with Johnnie. So yeah.
Hello. Daddy. Morning.
So someone's asked how many other horses we saw before him, and we saw quite a few actually. We spent a lot of hours and a lot of time travelling up and down the country to find the perfect horse. Saw lots of them, lots that I liked, had a couple of disappointments, but in the end found this boy, and I think as soon as I sat on him and felt his trot, that was his trot, I was like, oh my gosh. And he looked after me so much as well, and he just was everything that we were looking for. I really wanted something with really nice paces, because dressage is such a big part of eventing now, and it'd be really nice to do well in the dressage, and he definitely had the best paces out of the ones we saw, and that was really obvious from the moment I first sat on him and tried him. And he just kind of ticked every box, you know. There was nothing really about him that was wrong. He was young, which we liked as well. Like, he's only 7, so it doesn't mean he's not past his prime. And just very easy. We're a very family home. I'm kind of answering 2 questions now. I'm also answering what made me choose him. But yeah, we're a very family home, and he had to fit into our You're eating. Ew. He had to fit into our family home and not be high maintenance or anything like that, and he certainly isn't. He just kind of slotted right in. Yeah, become immediately a part of the family, and we all love him. So yeah, I guess that's what it was, John. Hey, come on then, buddy boy. Come on. So the next question is, have you got any cute little things about him? And yeah, he really loves his scratches, like so much. Like, watch this, ready? Like, he is the scratchiest horse in the entire world. At first we were a bit like, oh my god, like, he's so itchy. But we had someone look at him when our physio came out. She just was like, no, he just really likes his scratches. And it's just something cute about him that he always wants a good scratch, and he always loves a good scratch. And he always pulls the cutest faces too. So a couple of people asking about how he settled in. He settled in really well, considering he came from a very different style of yard. Like, obviously it was a big competition yard for like a big eventer, and came to us, which is a very family orientated small yard with just my mum and I, and then the other horses. He settled in really well. He was a little bit nervous to start with. I think he was just a bit like, where's all my other friends, and there's so many less horses, and the only horses I have around me now are these 3 rather scruffy looking ones. Where's all the nice refined ones? But you know, in a few days he just immediately was settled in and seemed to be very happy, and he hasn't really like put a foot wrong about it since, to be honest with you. So couldn't really ask much more for him. Lots of people asking about what his personality's like, and I think the best way I would describe it is just quite cool and also kind. He hasn't really got a bad bone in him that I've yet to see at all. He's just very kind, and he has the kindest eyes, you can see. Gentle and sweet and just kind of cool as a cucumber, really. Even when we took him out competing, we were a bit late, and the poor fella literally came out of the trailer and straight into his dressage test, and he didn't bat an eye and still did a really nice dressage test. So yeah, it's just kind of best. I love his personality. Not really sure how I'm going to film in here to answer this question, but I'm putting on my boots. You can't see though because it's not enough space. But next question was, what are his cross country colours going to be? And actually, I think I'm going to honestly stick with the orange because I love it, and I've just had that new set made by Sea Cross Country, and I absolutely loved what that looked like on the cross country course. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Also, I got the classic orange hat from Champion, which I think is pretty iconic now, to be honest with you. So I think I'll be keeping that. And he's also just had a really nice new grey Equitex number made. And if you follow me for a while, you'll know how much I love Equitex. So we want to be using that because cross country colours like orange, grey, and black. So it looks really smart. I also think it would just look really cute on him because he's got like quite an orange nose, and yeah, I tried out the orange hat silk and hat when we went cross country schooling for the first time, and it just looked so cute with his nose. I'll insert a picture. It was like so matchy. Oh, he's such a cutie. So next question is, what is his show name? And his show name is Johnnie Walker van der Zuiderzee, which means Johnnie Walker of the Zuiderzee, which is, I don't know if I'm saying that right by the way, it's like a Dutch, it's like a Dutch stud farm. They bred him, and yeah, that's why he's Johnnie Walker of the Zuiderzee. But he was then bought by DHI, so he could have the DHI prefix, which would make his name like Johnnie Walker DHI, or DHI Johnnie Walker, but he never had it officially changed, so it's actually stuck with, so it's actually stayed with Johnnie Walker van der Zuiderzee, which I quite like personally. Shows his Dutch origins. Next question is, how did I find him? So we saw and found quite a few horses through HorseQuest and like on other similar websites like that, but I actually found out about him through word of mouth. I put something on my Instagram. Sorry, he's chewing on his bit, he likes doing that as well. But I put a post up on my Instagram like asking if anyone knew of anything, and someone sent me a couple of horses for sale. One of them was Johnnie, someone we know from like a local area. They do stuff with at one of our local grounds, and he was on the market but not like really advertised everywhere, so it was kind of lucky that we got sent that. And yeah, literally heard about him with a week before, went to see him the beginning of the week after, and then he came home. We vetted him like 2 days after that, and he came home on Christmas Eve, so it all happened very quick within the space of like 10 days or a week or something. So it was quite a quick thing, but I guess once you know, you know. And we just come back from a disappointment from another one where kind of things have fallen through, so I was feeling a little bit downhearted about it, and you know, you just kind of felt like giving up at that point. But then Mum sent me his advert, and I was like, let's go see him. And then one thing leads to another, he was home. Good boy. Okay, so the final question is, what are my long-term plans with him? For example, when I go to uni and beyond. So ideally he's going to be my long-term horse. I am going to be coming home from uni to ride him, and I'm taking a gap year, so I'll avenge him throughout that. My gap year's next year, and hopefully have some fun for that, but I've no intention to sell him. He's not a project. I'm hoping he's going to be a long-term horse that stays a part of the family for a long time. He is only 7, so I can't promise that he's going to be with us for the rest of, you know, the rest of his days, because that could be a long time, and hopefully it is a long time, but at least for the next few years, for sure, he's staying with us, as long as everything goes well, which it seems to be going well so far. So yeah, I'm very happy to have him. I'm feeling very lucky and grateful, and just excited for the future with him, because he's everything I've ever wanted and more. And I can't thank my dad enough, because my dad was the one that made it possible. We came into some money thanks to him, and he went, you know what, I see how much it means to you, here's your chance. And that was my 18th birthday present, and probably my birthday and Christmas presents for the next 50 years too. But I wouldn't change it for the world. And he's been a lot of fun so far. As I said, we've only been together a month, but we won our first competition, much to our disbelief, and he's just been hoop perfect. And I'm very excited for this season and beyond. So yeah, I'm excited to continue sharing with you guys too. Bear with me this year. It's my A-level year and it's important, so I'm not going to be as active as I could be. But when my gap year comes around, I have so much planned for my YouTube and with him and everything, and hopefully you guys will still be there. I know it feels like a long way off now, but it will come around so quick. I remember filming a Q&A like 2 years ago at the start of COVID, and I was like freaking out about COVID, and now we're 2 years down the line. It literally feels like yesterday, so it'll come around quicker than you know. But that's all from me. I'm going to take JJ on a hack now, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!